In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hi, I'm Troy.
And I'm Nicole.
And we're the Swansons. And welcome back to the podcast. In the last podcast, we talked about them paws, the men's paws. We basically just talked about what's happening with an honest view of what's going on in our relationship. And it is what it is. Like, we overshare, but don't give a shit. It's if you get something from it, you get something from it.
Right. Some stuff need to be said.
And it's for Kinsley anyway. So when she get ready to see it, she gonna see our beautiful faces talking about it. Recap of last video, or was that good enough?
That was good enough.
Okay. Let's talk about them damn aunties. Let's go get to it.
So, we traveled on down to Nashville, Tennessee to see the Queens in concert.
On a Sunday.
Yes, on a Sunday. So,
what did you do for your partners?
So yes, Troy worked all day at church and then drove me to Tennessee to see the aunties.
It was a good show?
It was good. I mean, I wouldn't say that I would, like, on this side of it, I wouldn't say that I wouldn't go again.
Who did we see?
So, Auntie Gladys opened, then Stephanie Mills, then Patti, and then Chaka. So, we stayed at the hotel across the street. So we walked.
Perfect.
Yes, it was. And I'm totally spoiled. Whenever we go to a concert out of town now, we have to stay across the street.
Yes, ma'am.
So, yeah. So, we walked on over and we got there. And Auntie Gladys was already up because my thing said the concert was supposed to start at 7:30, but I guess it started at 7. We thought we was going to be a little early, but no. She was singing a song when we walked in, so we hurried up and got to our little seats or whatever. And I will have to say that last time Auntie Gladys was in town, me and my girl Keitra, shout out to the homie, went to go see her. And
in the same time that when we went, it wasn't the same.
No, the time that we went, she was fine.
Mm-hmm.
The time that Keitra and I went, I was like, you know how singers will have that background singer that catches notes that they miss? She's never had one of those before. I've been to a ton of Gladys Knight concerts.
But she also said at the same time, I'm in my 80s, y'all.
She is. She's in her 80s. So me and Keitra sitting there at this concert, and I'm sitting there praying because I'm like, she got them heels on. She gonna trip over them chords. She don't look like she sure about her footing, and she missing notes. I ain't never heard Auntie Gladys miss a note. I was distraught. So I had told myself that was the last Gladys Knight concert that I was going to. But then I've never seen Patti and Chaka and and Stephanie Mills. I've never seen them live. I saw Patti at Essence Fest, but it wasn't her concert. So technically I hadn't seen Patti. So I had to be there. So I got tickets. I got the hotel room. He drove me down, and I'm sitting there like, yeah, I knew this was gonna happen. So Auntie Gladys at one point she turned around to a background singer and was like, "What song we finna sing?" I was like, "Oh dang."
That was good because where we were sitting behind one of the production booths for the person who for a few people that needed lyrics.
Yes. So you mean the teleprompter? So your boy over here the whole time like they need to get that camera in focus because we can see the screen, and he's like they need to get that camera in focus. They got one job.
They got
one job
to be out of focus.
That's
your job.
It irritates you, I know. So Auntie Gladys, did her thing. She left the stage, And, you know, they prepared for Stephanie to come out. And she came out looking amazing in her two-piece leopard print outfit. And hair, you know, big, full, flowing. And she's like, and she says, at 62,
yeah,
I'm the baby of the group. Like,
it's
I was like,
damn.
was that shade?
It wasn't shade. A truth is not shade.
Okay. So she came out and she did her thing, and then it was Patty's turn, and Patty came out like she was Patty, like she gonna come she gonna right, she gonna do it the way she been doing it regardless. So
can't we talk about that shoe?
We ain't got there yet. So she came out in these heels. They were extremely high. I mean, she got 20-year-old stilettos on, and I'm looking like, ooh, I know her feet hurt.
But you know that she's a shoe kicker.
Yes.
So she gonna take them off anyway.
Exactly.
They just look pretty.
Right. So she came on out. You know, she was Patty. She was flashy, and the lights was up, and you know, they had, because if you remember when Auntie Gladys was out, the floor lights were on stage. They turned them off for everybody else. Okay. So when Auntie Patty kicked off her shoes, they had some flats out there for her, because you know she diabetic and she can't be walking around on that floor with no shoes on. So they had brought some flats out for her. Go ahead. I know you want to say it.
She gonna sue me.
Patty is not gonna watch our podcast.
Yeah, she is. It's gonna be in the shade room. Watch.
It's not. They had to turn the lights on because Patty couldn't find that shoe.
How many lights, Patty?
What do you mean? All the floor lights. All the lights that was on the floor of the stage. They had to turn them on because she could not find the shoe.
So Patty
she was
had
like
one flat on, and it's like you imagine being asleep and you can't find your glasses, so you doing like this, right? She doing that for her shoe, and everybody like, oh, poor Ting Ting.
I don't think most people notice that.
Shit.
I don't think they noticed.
Okay.
But that was right before she was about to sing on my own with. She had a duet partner.
Singer, yeah.
Yeah. So she was singing a song and she was doing too much, basically. She was trying to still be Patty. She getting her little bird dance on and all that. And she lost her spot on the teleprompter. And she said,
you mean the one that's right in front of her?
Yes.
Yeah, we can see the guy click, click, click.
In her defense, I can't see either. So I understand not being able to find your spot.
Bruh.
What?
The guy with the teleprompter kept going back and forth to make sure she was good. Hold on. I can see the words from where I was sitting on his screen.
I was trying to help her out. She is going to sue you. But, so she lost her spot. And she said, I don't know these words. And she started trying to ad-lib.
She did vocal runs for about 20 minutes.
She did not do well, yeah, because even after the guy that was supposed to do Michael McDonald's part came out, because he ran out on the stage like, let me go save her. Yeah. And he started singing his part, but she still didn't know where she was supposed to come in or what she was supposed to say, so she started doing some more vocal acrobatics.
But again, it's still Patty, and
right.
It's still a hell of a show.
And then they brought out the fans. They started playing Where the Fans At, and she kind of like ducked off the stage. I was like...
Well, she did that because there was a costume change.
Right.
So her background singers came up, they did them fans at, then she came out and she had on heels again.
She had on a red outfit because she came out the first time in a black outfit. Mm-hmm. The second time she came out in red. But I think, was it only the one song she sang, the You Are My Friend, when she did the tribute to all of her friends who, yeah. And
Mike and Prince were last.
Yeah. It was beautiful. She did a good job. She knew all those words. And she did a good job. I think she kept her shoes on too. So yeah, she did a good job with that. And then, Chaka came out in her drawers.
That's what we're gonna do?
She did.
Chaka looked amazing though.
She did. Until you got she had the old lady saggy booty.
Yeah, she gonna sue your ass. Folks who wasn't there don't know.
No, because before we left Nashville at what time? About 4 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Therese was already sending me videos of Chaka in that outfit.
Yeah, it was on the internet already.
Yeah, so they know. But yeah, she had on, they were thigh high boots, and she was kind of like shuffling in them.
She was doing her thing.
She had dancers though, so she knew that she couldn't get out there and she couldn't dance. So she had some dancers, right? But she was shuffling in them boots.
Yeah, she was doing. So then the question that we had before we came in was who was closing, because you got 4 powerhouses,
right?
And he was like, because at first we were like, I'm thinking it's gonna be Patti, and it's like, no, it can't be Patti. It says no. I mean, they all have amazing catalogs.
Yes.
But it's like, who closes when it's the 4 of them? But when you walk out and Gladys is on the stage first,
then you question like, well, what they doing?
Like, who gonna close?
Right.
So now you counting down. Okay, who come out second? Now you only got 2 left. Which one of them gonna close? But really, I think they just rotate.
I think closing, so too.
Because everyone else has. I think the first 2 performers have a half an hour show, and the third one is like 45 minutes, and the last one is an hour. But it was a solid production.
Yeah, but I feel like Auntie Gladys was already at home in the bed by the time the concert was over with.
She took that midnight train. Like, woo woo.
Yes.
Because there were a couple of times, because I was expecting You Are My Friend to have all of them to come back out to sing.
I kind of felt like they should have done That's What Friends Are For.
Or I'm Every Woman.
That too.
And all 4 never came out because there were opportunities to
where they didn't sing together at all, and I was kind of disappointed about that. But
because Patti was gonna sing over everybody.
I think Stephanie Mills has the smaller catalog.
She does. So she does have the smaller catalog, but if you watch the crowd, she rocked that damn crowd.
She did, but what I'm saying is that she doesn't have necessarily a showstopper song, because in all actuality, they should let her always close the show. That's just me.
She's the baby.
That's just me. And they got...
You saying that so the rest of them can go get their rest for the next show?
Probably, yes. Because they have dates all the way out until like the end of the year. Do you think they're going to make it?
I'm glad we went when we did.
Right. That's why I wanted to go early.
And I don't know if they add shows, because if they come to St. Louis, I don't think we may go again.
No, we're not going to go again. We paid for them tickets.
And we're used to day trips, so it wasn't a rough trip. I think I saved some podcasts, and I listened to the podcast down there, and knowing that I had, did I have a graduation?
Yeah, you had the graduation.
The next morning, I had a graduation I had to be there at 9 something, I think.
Yeah. And
so we got back at 7:30, 8 o'clock or so. It was just long enough for me to maybe shower and change. Yeah. And then walk right out.
Grab some coffee and leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we ate on the way back.
But those types of trips for us, those have become, we're okay with those trips. Because it was a...
I mean, 4 hours? Yeah. We've done 4 hours for chicken.
Yeah. And it's been good.
Your dog is at the door.
He'll be all right. That's why I need to pay no attention to him.
Hey, photo.
I'm about to run his neck a couple days ago. Peter, love y'all. I don't understand.
Like, they just gonna come for us today, huh? But yeah, overall, even though, we pointed out the flaws of the show, it was still an amazing show. We had a great time.
Everybody was entertained.
Yeah.
This ain't a fighting crowd.
Right. Just a bunch of aunties going to a concert.
And some old pimps.
Right.
A bunch of old pimps.
Yes. They had the gaiters and the hats.
Hey, young thing.
Yes.
That's about it.
Yeah, but it was a fun time. The hotel was nice. we didn't necessarily get dinner in Nashville. We
didn't have time.
Yeah, we got there like right before the concert started.
Mm-hmm.
So we changed clothes and ran on over. But yeah, we had a great time. We've been in Nashville several times before, so it's not like we missed anything or didn't get to see anything. So it was cool. I suggest going to the concert because if you haven't seen them, you really don't want them to like leave the earth and you not be able to say that you saw them. Because Luther back there, I ain't never been to a Luther concert. I would have loved to go to a Luther concert.
I wish I would have had the opportunity to see him before.
I wish, cause me and Keitra was always saying that that Mike concert, we was like, why we had tickets to that? Yeah, he ain't make it, but why we had tickets to that? We should have been on our way to see This Is It. But yeah, we had tickets for that. So, and you know, I'm not gonna bring it up because I know Keetra's gonna be upset, but we didn't get to go see Tina.
And on the next episode.
So, who is it that you would have loved to see but didn't get a chance to? Since we're on the subject.
I really don't think I have anyone.
Really?
Yeah.
So you've gone to see everybody that you've wanted to see? I've never been to a Whitney Houston concert either.
It would have been nice to see.
But yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't. I'm not.
Hold on.
Terribly disappointed.
So are we saying people who have passed or shows we have not seen yet?
I would say people. Well, either. Because is there somebody left? Because we saw Stevie. Is there somebody left that you need to go see?
No.
I think the Queen's concert did it for me. Like I think I've seen
now
who I need to see.
Now there are a bunch of concerts that I would like to see for production purposes, and I like their music. I don't love their music.
Okay.
But they're overall they're great entertainers, and they move the crowds and they do all this stuff. And because of the world that I sit, I would want to see the production and be able to bring that back to church. Sounds weird, but
that's what the one concert in Atlanta was for.
Yeah, and it worked. And so there's a bunch of shows that I would like to, or a bunch of artists that I would like to see for those purposes.
Okay.
But not necessarily I have to go see this person because you and I go, like when we went to go see Stevie, he did Songs in the Key of Life. Mm-hmm. That was the whole concert. Mm-hmm. He just sang that one album, and he sprinkled in a few songs here and there.
He did Lottie Dottie.
Yeah, and
Stevie did Lottie Dottie.
And I think
Janelle Monáe,
because she's from the Kansas area.
Yeah, Kansas City. Because I don't know if it was Missouri or Kansas, because them people be serious.
Right. So she was there, but it was great. And the lingering aspect of once the concert was over, we went to brunch the next day, and we happened to be in a restaurant with some other people who happened to go to the concert. And I don't know how we got on the conversation of us being there. And next thing you know, we all singing in the restaurant.
Yeah, it was cool.
But
and didn't Kansas City win?
Did they win that year? Maybe.
Yeah, I think it was that night because the celebration was outside of our hotel.
Okay.
I was about to say the Super Bowl. That was the World Series.
I don't know what it was, man.
It was one of them games. They have two teams. They have both teams. They have football and baseball, right?
I think you should stop.
I should stop. Okay. But yeah.
But because when we go to concerts and things like that, we always have these these off moments that folks are like, "What happened to y'all? Y'all won't believe this shit." But that stuff always happens to us. Mm-hmm. So for us going on a trip, it's just part of our normal story. And people look forward to us. Okay, where y'all go this time? What happened?
Or like the time you made tea for Avery Sunshine.
Bruh. love me some Avery. There's no complaints about making tea for Avery Sunshine.
There is not.
They just had no tea making apparatus in the building. And she needed tea before she performed. I got her tea because she was Avery Sunshine.
He made it happen. Right.
She was one of my wife's favorite artists, still is today. To the point to where when she would perform in Nashville, we would drive to Nashville for damn near every concert she did at the
Nashville City Winery.
Yeah, the winery.
Before they opened the one here.
And so when we had the opportunity to drive down to Texas to work a jazz festival, and Avery was one of the headliners, of course I'm gonna do that. Then to recognize that, Troy, you have backstage access. So we need group shots of all the artists before they come on stage, right? It's like, sure, got it. I got it. I'll take the jazz side. Because there was a jazz side, and there was like a R&B side, and then there was a young folk side that was upstairs. I go in the back, I'll wait, I'll make sure that I'm there the whole day, just coming in and out, so that the people backstage know who I am. So I just kept going back. Met some amazing people. But when Avery came back, hey wife, she here? Come on.
Yep. Me and my girl Patricia was back there talking to Avery.
It was just cool. Cause they just people. And it's really dope because things like that naturally happen to us and for us often. And so to be able to sit in that world and to be able to meet some of your idols is amazing, because we met one of our idols at that same show.
You mean the one that held us hostage?
We ain't gotta say no names. Nope.
Not that one?
Not that one.
Oh.
But one was so far gone, I don't need to see that person perform whatsoever again.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Their whole music catalog just becomes irrelevant, and it's like, wow. But they are doing better now.
But Erykah held us hostage, though. I fell asleep 4 times in her face.
Oh, baby. Huh? How close were you to the stage?
I was on the front row.
What row, baby?
The front row.
What row were you sitting at before you moved to the front row, baby?
I don't know. Somewhere in the back.
How far in the back,
Eh.
baby? Way.
Way.
They had $1,500 seats in the front. $1,500 seats. And I have been watching the whole night. People coming in. They are corporate sponsored seats. And there's this small section that had been empty the whole day. So when Erykah comes up on stage, her and her friends who live in Texas, they were all together. And I was like, hey, Mr. Security Guy, can I bring my wife up? He said, well, these are reserved sittings. I says, I've been watching them all day. No one has come to sit in these seats. Can I just get my wife up in the front just for this? And if they show up, we'll leave. He said, sure. Make it quick, though. Hey, bring your ass. Come on. And so they in the front. I'm up on the stage working. I'm behind the stage. Ta-ta. I'm doing my thing. Grooving. Call Tyrone. Man, I'm grooving. Taking pictures on the stage, on the side, in the back, doing all this other stuff. Is you sleep in the front row?
Yes.
Of Erykah Badu?
Yes. In my defense, though, she said, I don't know why y'all still here. The concert was over when I did Tyrone. And that was an hour and a half before.
She was on stage at least
almost 3 hours.
3-ish?
Yes. I was tired. We had drove because we drove Cause was that my eye issue? No.
Something happened to where we couldn't fly. Yes.
Okay.
I think at that time you had a bubble.
I thought that was
One of them.
okay. But yeah, so we had to drive, and we drove all night to get there, and I was working off 2 hours sleep, and it was past my bedtime.
Ladies and gentlemen, Denise. Hey, Denise. You can step in. The camera's pointing this way. What's up?
Hi, how are you?
Hold on. Before you say anything, the camera is rolling and I'm not going to cut it out.
Hello.
So be mindful of what you say. What you need.
How's your podcast going?
Say what?
How's your podcast going?
It's going great. We about to talk about your ass as soon as you walk away.
Really?
You got anything that you want to add first?
Yeah, I'm about to go to my dad's house. She's teething.
Grab Lee's phone.
The lady said she's teething now. And I don't want tripping, so I'm like, oh, great.
I told you that that's your grandma.
Huh?
I told you that that's your grandma. She 2 months old teething.
Really? I got her teeth into it.
She gonna need Geritol soon, huh?
Right.
Really?
Shots of Geritol.
So she said it's probably not as bad right now when she's not showing too many signs, but you see rashes and stuff start popping up, then you know it's getting bad.
Okay.
So, good king.
Alright, see you when we get back.
Alrighty, Dan.
Alright, love you.
See, she got her shots.
How did she do?
She cried afterwards.
Okay, good.
She had 3 shots in one.
And did you cry?
Huh? I was about to, but she cried afterwards, so I was okay. Alright, Danny, have fun.
Alright, love you. More to say?
I'm done with you shaming me for falling asleep on Erykah.
We were talking about the drive. We had already moved.
Oh, okay.
You were saying that you were tired.
I was.
And I understand.
That's
I'm not
why-
shaming you. It's just one of our stories that we just had.
Okay.
Because it's equivalent to one day we were downstairs and we were talking and I fell asleep while you were talking to me.
Mm-hmm. You do it often, though.
We ain't gonna bring that up.
Okay.
Man, pause.
Or you could just be sick of me.
Never. I love you. I'm never sick of you.
Okay.
We're gonna stick to that story. Is there anything else you'd like to add, love?
No, but well, go see the Queens.
Yeah, go see him. Hurry up.
Yeah, hurry up.
And pay for good seats.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Don't sit in the center in the back. Pay for good seats to be close to the stage. It's worth it because you only get one time to see them.
Yeah. Because they should not come back out.
No. And with that, anything else?
No, I'm Nicole.
And I'm Troy. And we're them Swansons.